and gentlemen, fellow students and parents. Welcome to my presentation today. My name is Irene. I'm a visa officer from the Canadian Consulate General in Hong Kong. This presentation will be presented in English. To the benefits of the audience, I would prefer questions at the end of my presentation. So if you have questions specific to yourself or to your children, or if you would like to talk to me in English or in Cantonese or in Mandarin, you're welcome to visit my booth up at the front there afterwards. Okay, I'll be staying here until 4 p.m. today. Okay, so let's start my presentation. To study in Canada, you require a study permit issued by the Department of Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada. Today we will discuss why you should consider studying in Canada, what are the benefits and options a study permit will give you, and what is required to apply for a study permit. Did you know there are more than 150,000 international students who go to Canada every year to study? International students bring a rich culture to our classrooms. Canada welcomes your knowledge and skills in our schools. So why are international students deciding to study in Canada, and why should you too? Qualifications valued around the world. Canada's high academic standards and vigorous quality controls mean that you'll be earning a high-quality education that will open doors for your future and benefit your career over the long term. A Canadian degree, diploma, or certificate is globally recognized as being equivalent to those obtained from the United States or Commonwealth countries. Affordable education. The cost of living and tuition fees for international students are generally lower than in other countries such as the United States or the United Kingdom. Canada is a multicultural society with almost all of the world's ethnic groups represented in Canada. Well, there are healthy and safe communities in Canada. The United Nations consistently ranks Canada as one of the best places in the world to live. As an international student in Canada, you enjoy all of the same freedoms which protect Canadians: respect for human rights, equality, and a stable and peaceful society. Innovative and abundant research opportunities. Since research is one of the key components of a Canadian post-secondary institution, you have ample opportunity to become a part of this vibrant aspect of education. Dynamic, hands-on academic environment. Under Canada's highly dynamic and hands-on academic environment, you will acquire knowledge and skills in analysis and communication through interaction and collaboration in the classroom. Teachers and professors are always available to help with lessons. Other benefits of having a Canadian study permit: you can gain valuable work experience and supplement your spending allowance with a student job. Working in Canada can go a long way towards helping you establish business contacts for the future. Some international students with Canadian credentials and Canadian work experience may apply for permanent residency without having to leave Canada. While you study in Canada, you can work. You may work on campus at the institution where you study without a work permit if you are a full-time student, at a public post-secondary institution such as a college or university, or a CSHAP in Quebec, or a Canadian private institution authorized by provincial statute to confer degrees, and you have a valid study permit. You may work off campus up to 20 hours per week during regular academic sessions and work full-time during scheduled breaks, such as the winter and summer breaks or the spring break. To qualify, you must have a valid study permit, be a full-time student, be enrolled at a designated learning institution at the post-secondary level. We will talk about what is a designated learning institution later on. Or in Quebec, a vocational program at the secondary level. And be studying in an academic, vocational, or professional training program that leads to a degree, diploma, or certificate that is at least 6 months in duration. If you wish to participate in a co-op or internship program, you must apply for a work permit as well as a study permit. You can indicate on your study permit application that you need a work permit and receive both if the co-op or internship is indicated on your letter of acceptance from your educational institution. To be eligible for a work permit, you must meet the following requirements. You must have a valid study permit. Your intended employment must be an essential part of your program of study in Canada at a designated learning institution. You will need to submit a letter certifying this requirement from a responsible academic official of the institution. Your co-op or internship employment cannot form more than 50% of the total program of study. You will not be eligible to work during your studies if you study English or French as a second language, that is ESL or FSL, or you participate in general interest or preparatory courses. If you enjoy living in Canada while you are studying, a study permit gives you options to stay in Canada after graduation. You may apply for a postgraduate work permit to work temporarily in Canada after you graduate. If you want to stay in Canada even longer, the experience you gain as a temporary foreign worker may assist you in gaining permanent residence. There are a number of programs available for immigration to Canada, each with its own requirements. A work permit under this program, the post-graduation work permit program, may be issued for the length of your study program, up to a maximum of 3 years. However, your study program must be a minimum of 8 months in length, and your studies must have been full-time. In addition, you must have graduated from a public post-secondary institution such as a college, trade or technical school, university, or CSHAP in Quebec, or a private post-secondary institution that operates under the same rules and regulations as the public institutions, or a private secondary or post-secondary institution in Quebec, offering qualifying programs of 900 hours or longer, leading to a diplôme études professionnelles (DEP) or an attestation de spécialisation professionnelle (ASP), or a Canadian private institution authorized by provincial statute to confer degrees, but only if you are enrolled in one of the programs of study leading to a degree as authorized by the province, and not all programs of study offered by the private institution. And you must apply within 90 days of written confirmation of successful completion and while your study permit is still valid. You are not eligible for the post-graduation work permit program if you study in a program that is less than 8 months long. You participate in a Canadian Commonwealth Scholarship Program funded by the Department of Foreign Affairs, Trade and Development Canada, DFACT. Or you participate in a Government of Canada Awards program funded by DFAT, or you receive funding from the Canadian International Development Agency, CIDA. You participate in the Equal Opportunity Scholarship Canada-Chile program. You participate in the Canada-China Scholars Exchanges program. You participate in the organization of American States Fellowships program. You participate in a distant learning program either overseas or within Canada. Or you have previously been issued a post-graduation work permit following any other program of study. So once you have acquired at least 1 year of skilled work experience, you may meet the qualifications for one of the economic class immigration programs managed through the Express Entry, Canada's intake system for economic class applications for permanent residents, namely the Federal Skilled Worker Program, the Federal Skilled Trades, and the Canadian Experience Program. So check out the websites for the requirements of these programs. The Canadian Experience class in particular has been tailored for international students with skilled postgraduate work experience. You may qualify under one of the provincial nominee programs. Most Canadian provinces and territories have agreements with the federal government that allow them to nominate immigrants who have skills, education, and work experience needed to meet their specific economic and labor market needs. You are required to settle in that province or territory that nominates you. For more information on the provincial nominee program, including the links to the different provincial and territorial government websites, you can check out the immigration website, www.gc.ca/PNP. So now you know the benefits of a Canadian education and having a study permit. We will discuss how to apply for a study permit. First of all, before you can apply, you must be accepted by a designated learning institution. So what is a designated learning institution? Each province and territory in Canada is responsible for designating schools at the post-secondary level that may enroll international students. The designated learning institution list found on the website would include universities, colleges, private career and vocational schools, as well as language schools. If you apply for a study permit and your letter of acceptance is from an institution that is not designated for international students, your application will be refused. Note that all primary and secondary schools in Canada are automatically designated. Therefore, you won't be able to find those schools on the list. There are two ways to apply for a study permit, either online or you submit a paper application to the Visa Application Center. You can consult the VFS website, where you can access through the immigration website for their fees and services. The Visa Application Center can assist you with service in your language, translations, etc., and will verify that your application is complete. So the one in Hong Kong is located in Northport. Processing times are the same for online and back applications. All decisions are made by visa officers. You can download the application through our website. Ensure you have prepared all the documents on the document checklist and the visa office instructions. Before you can apply, you need to have an original letter of acceptance from the designated learning institution where you intend to study, proof of sufficient funds for at least 1 year of study, including the tuition and the living cost, for you and any family member going to Canada with you, and also the return transportation. You need a certificate d'acceptance to Quebec if you're studying in Quebec. And you can apply this document at the Ministère d'Immigration, Diversité et Inclusion, Quebec. You need to do upfront medical examination from one of the panel physicians. Information and instructions are found on the website under medical exams. After the medical examination, the doctor will give you the information sheet printout. You must attach the form to your application before you submit it to the visa office. If you apply online, you must upload this form before you can submit your application. When medical results are submitted upfront, routine cases benefit from faster processing since our office does not have to request them at a later stage. So here are some processing tips to apply for a study permit. Submit your application early. Ensure your application is complete, because if your application is incomplete, it may be refused. If you are education agents, group submissions when possible. You can check the processing times from our website. The processing time for both online and paper applications are the same. A word on who may assist you with your application. A representative is someone who provides advice, consultation, or guidance to you at any stage of the study permit application process. A compensated or paid representative must be a regulated Canadian immigration consultant who is a member of the Immigration Consultants of Canada Regulatory Council, ICCRC, or a member of a Canadian Law Society, or a Quebec Notoire. Education consultants who are not a member of the Canadian Law Society or the ICCRC cannot assist you with study permit application at any stage of the process. If you misrepresent or omit any information on your application, including the use of an unauthorized representative, your application may be refused and you may be banned from entering Canada for a period of 5 years. You need to declare any assistance by filling out and submitting with your application a use of representative form. You may revoke your representative on this form, or you may keep this person as your representative who will conduct business with Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada on your behalf. This person will receive all correspondence regarding your application. Remember, you are not obliged to hire a representative. We treat everyone equally, whether they use the service of a representative or not. Your application will not be given special attention, nor can you expect faster processing or a more favorable outcome. Finally, you may be aware that Canada is changing its entry requirements for visa-exempt nationals except U.S. citizens. So in Hong Kong, if you are Hong Kong SARS passport holders or BNO passport holders, then you may want to pay attention to this new requirement. If you hold a visa-exempt passport and flying to Canada, you now require an electronic travel authorization, or called ETA. If you are visiting Canada, you need to complete a short online application on our website. However, for students, an ETA will be issued as part of the study permit. You are not required to submit a separate application or pay the separate fee. Your ETA will be valid for travel for 5 years or until the expiration of your passport, whichever comes first, regardless of the length of your study permit. So stay connected. You can obtain information from our website. The first one is the Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada website. The second one is the Consulate General of Canada in Hong Kong. The third one is our Facebook link and the Twitter link. And if you cannot find answers to your questions on our website, you're welcome to send us email to that email address, hcomimmigration@international.gc.ca. So that's the end of my presentation. I can now take your questions. So if you have any general questions, please feel free to ask.